Hola Vittorio.
Lucia, good morning.
¿Cómo estás?
Benissimo, tu come stai?
Muy bien, gracias. So we're here again with Challenge Vittorio. Are you ready?
I hope I am.
In a recent white paper, you mentioned that retention is a false concept in CPG. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, there is a lot of talks of retention that really started in the early 1990s, where mature brands started to lose consumers or see their penetration decline and market share challenged by new entrants, private label, and all of that. And so, borrowing from telcos and financial services, we need to learn how to retain consumers. But there is a critical difference in between CPG and those other industries. Consumers don't sign a contract that says, I'm gonna use you every single time I show up at the supermarket or stuff. The switching costs are really small. In fact, there aren't any. And so it's not about retaining consumers, it's about re-recruiting them.
So can you expand on the concept of re-recruitment?
Yeah, you recruit a consumer in using your brand, and then you need to re-recruit that consumer and using it again. You need to win their choice every single time. So this idea of they've used you once and now you need to retain them, it's a false concept. You need to re-win them every single time the opportunity and the need arises. You want to be the brand that is chosen. That's what I mean for re-recruitment.
Okay, so is re-recruitment what CPG brands should be focusing on?
Not necessarily. It all depends on where your brand is in its maturity level. So for certain brands, yes, if they are relatively new and they've recruited consumers, they need to win them over and over again. But then eventually the goal is to create a habit where you become part of their lifestyle, which can or may not lead to loyalty. And there are a number of other things that in terms of behaviors that brands might have to focus on. We refer to them as consumer growth levers. So yeah, for some brands it's about recruiting in the first place. For some others it's about re-recruitment. For some others it's about habit creation. For some others it's about re-recruit lapsed users that have been out. For some other brands it's about premiumizing and then get consumers to use your brand as well as other brands in the portfolio. We call them consumer growth levers, and you really need to know which one is important to grow your brand.
So with all of these different brands, how do you know which consumer growth lever to prioritize?
Great question. I mean, first off, you need to know what your growth levers are. They depend on the industry, they might be different, but let's say in a very simplified scenario, it's about recruit, re-recruit, create a habit, premiumize, as an example. You need to understand how many consumers sit in each one of those groups of people that maybe don't use your brand, have used your brand only once, or use your brand on a habitual basis, and so on. And you need to ideally know what the ability of switching them from one stage to the other has been in the past. And then you can build relatively simple models that allow you to see where is the potential, based both on how large is the pool of consumers you can win over, but also your ability as a brand to influence that growth lever. You know, what programs do you have available that can really move consumers from one stage to the other? Once you have all that information, there are many processes that we have designed at Foresight that can allow a group of leaders to actually get on the same page and make decisions on where to focus. This is what we call where to play, which is part of our discipline of growth, and it's a crucial part in strategy making.
Well, it's great to be here with you again. Thank you so much, Vittorio.
It's great to be with you and have these conversations. Thank you, Lucia. Appreciate you.